On average, 41% of all college graduates graduate with roughly $4,100 in credit card debt.
News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live in Hendersonville with a plan to try and change that. So, Victoria, it starts long before they even set foot on campus, right?
It really does. And today, in this case, it starts when they set foot on the property here at the Boys and Girls Club of Henderson County. In fact, Julia Hockenberry and I were talking about, you're the assistant executive director here. This is a big program for the kids who are part of the club, right?
It is a big program. We see about 350 kids a day in the summer. This program really focuses on the kids who are older. And I think in today's financial culture, there are so many opportunities and choices, and those choices can have some long-term consequences.
Absolutely. In fact, you've actually said that this program has impacted more than 100 young people in the last 2 years. We're going to take a look at some pictures of that. But when the kids come in, do they have any idea of the amount of information they're going to learn about money?
No, absolutely not. And what is cool about this program is that it's kinesthetic learning. So it's actually, you get to do it to learn it.
Yeah, do it to learn it. And that means Christina Hernandez comes in and she actually helps us create this. So you give them a life, right?
That's right. And Victoria, today your life is a forest ranger.
I'm going to be a forest ranger. Okay, and on this information, this is the packet that the kids are going to get. What do you walk them through and tell them at the beginning?
Well, we cover the basics of how to write a check. We then take their About Me page and we put it all together in one lump sum so they know what their take-home salary is, what their spouse's take-home salary is, if they have a spouse. They cover their credit card debt. They have health insurance and student loan payments to take care of.
Boy, it sounds a lot like real life. Okay, yes, money sometimes isn't the most exciting thing to work with, but you get a packet like this. You get to be somebody different for a day, but you get to learn some life and money skills that are going to last a lifetime. So we're going to do this whole project here this morning. Reporting live in Henderson County, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
Money matters may not be a popular topic, but they're crucial.
News 13's Victoria Dunkel is streaming live from the source of a fun way to figure out some finances. So, Vic, really financial literacy?
I know, and it's going to be fun. Stick with me here, folks, because it's kind of like, remember that board game Life where you'd spin and you find out that you've got, 6 kids and you're a doctor, or oh no, you became bankrupt. Well, that's kind of this. It's Mad City Money. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
And this is Christina Hernandez, and she actually works for United Community Bank, but you take this program into schools or where we are today, the Boys and Girls Club of Henderson County. So last time around, you assigned me an identity.
Yes.
What am I going to be? I'm a forest ranger.
Yes, with a take-home salary of a little over $2,000.
I'm going to turn this around here so you can see this. This is what each of the students gets, and it explains what kind of money you make, if you're married or not, if you have kids, and then we have to start walking through the program. So once I understand this, I get a worksheet, and then where do we go?
Well, you have to go through, and one of the biggest things is you need to determine your needs versus wants.
Ouch.
Yes, that's sometimes hard for students. So I'm going to take you to the housing table first because you have to have a house.
Right.
So you would come over here. You get to choose from a couple of different things. We have a large house, a large apartment, medium home, small apartment building, and each of these come with different responsibilities. Okay. You've got a mortgage payment, electricity, water and sewer, and home insurance.
And I'm going to walk through here quickly. We've got fun stuff. It's not all about, the tough stuff of life. We can do things like decide to go to the zoo, take a trip to Hawaii, but all of it comes with the decision making and the bottom line. What's my goal at the end of this?
To have $100 in your checking account.
In my checking account. But man, oh man, I'm already starting off with $4,500 in credit card debt.
Yes.
Ouch. This is going to be hard. I'm going to do some choice making here in the next little bit, and when we check back in, I'll see how I did on this program. Reported live in Henderson County, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
Well, 91% of college students have credit cards, and a lack of knowledge in managing them is actually setting them up for a very dangerous cycle of debt.
And right now, let's go back out live to News 13's Victoria Dunkel, who's streaming live in Henderson County. Victoria, you're taking a course designed to teach young people all about money.
Yep, it's Mad City Money. I started it in our I got assigned my life in our first segment this morning. I'm a forest ranger, married to a nurse, and we have 1 child. And so far, I've been working through my budget. Right now, I've got a little bit of cash to work with, but I've only made it as far as budgeting my food, and that's where we're going to probably spend a good bit of money. Christina Hernandez and I have been talking about it. The kids who do this, I mean, obviously, I'm married, and it's not too shocking to know that I have to budget for food, but what are some of the surprising things that the kids don't realize they have to include?
Well, childcare.
Oh, yeah.
They're under the impression they can just take their kids to work with them. And so that's always an interesting conversation. That and that grandma does not want to babysit your child all day.
Well, she already raised us, right? You know,
Exactly.
she's done. Exactly. The other thing that comes up with this is that it's, you know, this is great on paper, but there are some other twists and turns, right?
Correct. Fate comes around and issues you either a good or a bad fate. You know, sometimes we have birthday parties to attend, or we get a flat tire or a broken arm.
And our fate today has a lovely name.
This is Laura Meisner with the
Okay.
College Foundation of North Carolina.
And I'm going to choose what my fate's going to be.
Yes.
Please let it be a good thing. Happy birthday, Mom. Buy a present for your mom. $100, something really nice, or I can go $75. Oh, let me just grade Mom's quality here. Okay, if I don't say $100, my mom's going to find out, because this is no, but she goes online, so you know it'll be $100, Mom. I love you. Okay, so when they're all done, the kids come out, and this really has an impact. Julie Hockenberry and I were talking about this. Boys and Girls Club is hosting it today. And your students come back to you and they tell you what about this class?
Well, it's interesting because I think it gives them a lot of insight about how difficult it can be to create some financial priorities. Also, how to differentiate between wants and needs. And it maybe helps them understand how their parents are making decisions and why that new phone or new pair of jeans isn't an option this month.
This might be a class for a few more kids that I know about, because I'm getting those questions. Why can't I have it now, Mom? We're going to finish this budget, see how I do in our next half hour. Reporting live in Henderson County, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
The majority of college students begin their post-college lives thousands of dollars in debt.
News 13's Victoria Dunkel is streaming live with a program that's actually working to change that. And Victoria, you've been doing the Mad City Money class, so what have you learned this morning?
Well, I have learned that it is never as easy as it looks. You think you make a decent amount of money as a forest ranger married to a nurse, but it's hard to make everything balance out. That was the persona I was given as part of this course, which is going to happen with a bunch of young people here at the Boys and Girls Club of Henderson County later today. Christina Hernandez is going to facilitate that with them. So we went through, I had to find a place to live,
Yes.
cover the cost of a car.
Yes.
We happen to have a child. So that means added expense. How did I do in the budgeting?
Well, you did really well, better than most of our students. You had $190 in your checking account. That was after having to buy your mom an unexpected birthday gift.
Yes, that was one of those twists of fate.
Yes. And you still had $1,000 in your savings account, so good job.
But I have to admit, that's because I've lived life a little bit longer than some of these kids. They come in, and this is a real awakening for them, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. We have kids who choose to live in their car or buy a TV before they ever get a house, and then in the end, they don't have a house or food.
That's not good.
No.
That doesn't work that way. You can't survive very long that way. But you know, Laura Meisner, who played Fate in our last half hour and handed me that surprise twist, actually you work with the College Foundation of North Carolina, and you see the kids coming into college and so on. Why is this program so crucial? What does it teach the young people?
Well, it shows them that if you have a really good job, and the really good jobs usually have some sort of college education attached to them, that you have a lot more money to spend, and you can have some money left over at the end of the month.
That is possible. And I mean, I covered all of my expenses, and this was just a little bit of mad money left over at the end of the Mad City course. The class is going to happen here today for the students who have already signed up at the Boys and Girls Club of Henderson County. But the course is something that's offered through other places, through groups, schools, and so on. If you want to find out more about that, we have information on our website. Just go to WLOS.com. Reporting live in Henderson County, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.